started from the bottom like Drake. Boy, don't you know I get killed? What's up, gang? Welcome to CG Reacts, aka Brandon. This was CG. You know what I mean? Today we're about to get into it. I will be reacting to Young Thug, the whole YSL. You know what I'm saying? Getting indicted on the Rico charge, that Puerto Rican man, that Rico. React to DJ Academics video. So let's get into it.
Listen, check it out now. Holy! Now, people, y'all know what happens when that Puerto Rican nigga named Rico come around, okay? People are gonna get some years in jail, okay? Now, if you guys don't know, the entire YSL was taken down by a Rico charge. That's a racketeering charge, which charged 28 people affiliated and associated with YSL. Now, I'm gonna tell you what it means. But today we saw heavy police presence at one of Young Thug's properties. They did a whole raid. They took a whole bunch of stuff, and they took Young Thug into custody. Now they're looking for other people. Okay, they're looking for Gunna. Okay, and by the way, other people who you might be familiar with when it comes to YSL, they're also charged as well. Okay, including Yak Gotti, Lil Duke, and a few other people, including the guy. Remember the guy who shot at Lil Wayne's tour bus and he got out not too long ago? Well, he's going back to jail again. Know why he going back to jail? He's going back to jail just because he is participating in this gang. Now, let me tell you how the feds set this up. And this is why RICO charges are so effective for them. Because they don't gotta really prove, like really, like if you a boss, all these rappers talk.
Not that the white lady still delivered them niggas pizza though. She's in the action though. You know what I mean?
They bosses, they're not gonna be pulling the trigger themselves. These guys aren't gonna be really doing dirt themselves. They're gonna pay somebody else to do it, right? However, with a RICO charge, you're going to jail still. Okay, basically, if you gave instructions, if you helped pay for some stuff, you are guilty, especially if you're in what they call a street gang.
The police pushing P on Gunna and Young Thug, pushing P. You know what I'm saying? Pushing pigs, pushing pies, pushing all that on y'all niggas, man. It's tight, man. Let's get into it.
So this is what prosecutors say. They say YSL is a street gang. Now, I'm gonna tell you about Gunna's case, Gunna's charge before I even get to some of Thugs, because Gunna, the only thing I see him charged with is repping YSL. Now, that's gonna be an interesting case. His lawyer's gonna have a field day in trying to get this case dismissed for Gunna at least, just because he's gonna say, "Well, y'all don't know any crimes I did. The only thing y'all charged me for."
Let's keep it real. They're gonna try to get him for guilty with association, aiding and abiding. You know what I'm saying? There gotta be some paperwork with Gunner up in there. I say when he would take the time to bring him down. Let's keep it a buck.
Is for being in this gang, but I'm signed to a record label named YSL Records. I'm not in no gang. I'm really just an artist. Now, the prosecutors are they even mentioned his music video, Fox 5. They mentioned a few other things.
Dang, there's Sergio. That's Gunner's real name, Sergio Kitchens, huh? That's who Gunner is. Sergio Rico. Sorry, Gunner, man. You stole my man, pushing P.
They're saying he's throwing up signals. He's saying certain words consistent with the gang. He's doing. They have a bunch of stuff that they're saying he's doing that's consistent with being in this gang. However, I think he has a decent case. Anyway, Young Thug. They want Young Thug, and by the way, Young Thug is probably be looking at a lot of time. You know why? Because you ever watch one of the movies and they got the little chart on the wall and they're like, yo, this is the criminal organization. Well, Young Thug is at the top of it. They say Young Thug is one of the three founders of YSL. And him being one of the three founders of YSL means he's at the top of the list. It's like, yo, when they took down the Mexican cartel, yeah, they want El Chapo. They're not gonna give like the dude who was like shooting people like for El Chapo, like, 3 life sentences and then give like El Chapo 15 months. No, it don't work like that. We want the kingpin. And they're saying that Young Thug's one of the kingpins. Now, in addition to that, they found weapons and all that other stuff.
Not Thug though. That's my best friend. That's my best friend. They go boot in, but beat up my best friend from Texas. What's next? No, that's for real though. Thug though. Nah, man. I didn't even know he was getting down like that.
He got some gun charges, this and third. But this is what they're saying. There's two things that really I think this last thing here is the reason they acted upon this now. They said that Young Thug was trying to get Wife and Lucci killed in jail. Okay, so Wife and Lucci also has a RICO charge for a lot of serious stuff. He's sitting in Fulton County Jail. They're saying that Young Thug was making calls and was orchestrating for people in jail to kill Wife and Lucci. Now, I think that could be related to some other stuff that
Those who don't know who YFN Lucci is, he's another rapper that went down recently for RICO charges too. So that's that. Just tight. Oh, my daughter's in my damn way. So
been happening in the streets, and this is why the timing is very important. This is a RICO charge that wasn't wait. They didn't wait for the feds to come do it. They did it themselves in terms of local municipalities and local, counties within Georgia. They filed this RICO charge against YSL. So basically, they want these guys off the street. From what I've been hearing, there's retaliatory stuff happening left and right, and I think they saw this escalating and go into the summer, so they said, "Yo, let's wrap it up." Now, in this indictment, which I'm gonna get into another video, they got incidents from like 2013. Yeah, all the way back to 2013. They have incidents that pretty much just show that they've been watching Young Thug and them for a long time. Okay. So the most recent was this whole thing. They believe that they were trying to get Wife and Lucci killed, which by the way, there was a story of Wife and Lucci getting attacked recently. But in 2015, they're saying that Young Thug paid for and rented a vehicle that he gave to his homies to go kill a guy. So they did a shooting, and you can look it up. The guy who got shot was at a barbershop, and then they shot two.
So they tried to do a hit on YFN Lucci, so he did get touched up in prison. Uh, and they're saying that, YSL, aka Young Thug Gunner, is included in that. You know what I'm saying? That's sort of bogus. But we'll find out. Things are going to start coming out slowly but surely.
The people, including a 14-year-old boy in the leg. So they've been watching him for a while. They've been getting dirt on him for a while, right? And they have everything. They said it was from Hertz, it was an Infinity QX50 or whatever the case is. So they got a lot of stuff on him. And this is where it's going to get very serious for Thug. Okay? They're probably going to look at him and said, bro, we have
And they got the card. So after this nigga since 2015. So what's that, 6 years? They probably got good dirt on Thug. Thug, he might be looking at some years for real.
all the evidence against you in the world. We've been waiting for this for years. What are you going to do? Are you going to take a plea, or you are going to just like try to go beat this case? Now, again, if they do try to take this to a trial, I think it's going to be a lot of years. That's going to be on the table. Okay, I think it's just going to be a lot of years. I just personally believe that Atlanta's trying to clean up, and I don't think this is going to be the first indictment. I think there's a couple more to come, where they realize a bunch of rappers are either moving
They definitely try to clean up before the summer. These young cats is gonna be on one. They on one already in Minnesota, so just imagine what Atlanta like.
to Atlanta or in Atlanta, and they're moving like they're the mob. They got their own little street crews, and their crews is not only just making music or whatever the case is. These dudes are starting to get active, and I think this is what happens. And very unfortunate because Thug was about to drop some new music. Shoot, Gunna's supposed to be dropping the song tomorrow. I don't know if that's gonna happen. Thug was supposed to headline one of these State Farm Arena like next month. I don't know if that's gonna happen at all.
It's
But
tight.
Gunna in custody, 28 people charged. This is a very, very serious case. I could imagine that Gunna's lawyer is going to put up a lot of protests to try to get his case dropped. But man, Thug is in it, and this is where we're all going to have the survivor's remorse, or we're gonna have 2020 hindsight and be like, yo, why do these guys do all this stuff? They're rich already. Let's just be very clear, okay? If we listen to this indictment described
Shout out to DJ Academics for bringing us all this. He did his homework, you know what I'm saying? He bringing all the charges that they got up against them. Shout out for good information, DJ Academics, you know what I'm saying? Bringing that fire to us.
the gang that they had pretty much almost before they even got famous, okay? They said this stuff was born on Cleveland Ave. If you ever heard Young Thug in his early days rap about Believeland, Okay, that's what he's talking about. Okay, so pretty much this kind of grew into an organization. It probably just started out as a you know, bunch of hoodlum friends just kicking it and probably doing hood rat ish. However, start getting bigger and bigger. There's a lot more people that's involved, a lot more money involved, and now some of these ramifications. And for the cops, it's harder to prove. So you know what they do? Screw all of that. We don't want to have to prove all of that. We just want to be able to prove that y'all committing crimes, and y'all committing crimes for the furtherance of this gang, which is YSL, and y'all are in YSL. Screw it. Let's do that and get y'all the hell out of here. We'll see what happens. He's gonna go to get arraigned shortly. I think tomorrow. I don't think he'll get bail, but he might. He might. You know, his lawyer seems pretty confident he might get bail. Regardless, I think it's rather sad that this is happening now, but hey, it is what it is. You know, they say you live by the gun, you die by the gun. Also, if you live in the streets and do street stuff, you can't be that shocked when somebody comes with a warrant or tries to charge you guys with some stuff. So we'll see what happens. What do you guys think about this whole thing? Get in the comment box.
But don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and comment what y'all think is gonna happen to Thug and Gunna and the whole YSL. Let me know. Peace and I'm out. My ice is ice cold. I do what I do, not do what I'm told. I'm a boss.